Be right back. All right. Nobody in the chat yet, huh? Well, there's only one person watching. I guess since I wasn't on screen, people probably weren't sticking around. See what happens. It'll take time as usual. If it's anything like the last two live streams, I will have next to nobody here. Hmm. Three people. Hit the like button, guys. I've asked this question on many, many lives before. I'm asking again, and I'll tell you why in a second. All right, custom painting. What do you want to talk about? You want to call in or something? What's up? The shit I heard on my, or read, I guess you could say, in the chat on my last live stream is some of the most despicable shit I've ever seen from even a Trump supporter. I'll get into it then. You want to call now? 410-941-9850. I usually don't like doing calls till the end of the show, but towards the end anyway. But if you want to call now, you can. Five people. Hit the like, guys. Earlier in the chat of my last live stream, it's 410-941-9850. I actually had Trump supporters trying to justify Trump looking at a 10-year-old girl and saying, I'll be dating her in 10 years. I also had a guy who, when I showed him a clip of Trump saying 300 million people died of overdoses last year, the guy said, who cares? It's a trivial number. It doesn't matter. It's trivial. In other words, the amount of people who have died from overdoses is trivial, this guy said. Oh, yeah. Unfucking believable. Just when I thought I've heard it all. Unknown Trader, what's going on, brother? How you doing? 12 people. Hit the like button, guys. Jump in whenever you're ready. I asked this question, but I know they're brainwashed. Even though I got it up on the screen, our Trump supporters all brainwashed. I mean, there's no question about it. Last night I asked, if he's proven to be a pedo, would you stop supporting him? And one person said yes. And 80% of the chat was MAGA. And we probably had 100 people in here or something. Their mentality is that of a third grader. It is very bizarre, but if you put everything together, like the fact that, red states are the lowest in education and there's just not bright people. I mean, how can you be surprised, I guess, really, right? It's just hard for people like us because, I don't know nobody like that. People that act that way. Like when they come in and they're like, camel toe Harris, camel toe. What are you in sixth fucking grade? What are you talking about? You never see liberals doing that kind of shit. Just making up goofy nicknames. Ashley Biden's diary. What about it? Of course, the guy already brought up Ashley Biden's diary. Yeah, okay. And liberals aren't brainwashed, retarded. No, how are we? I'll tell you bad shit about Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton. I don't give a fuck. I don't worship anybody. I don't worship any politician. None of us do. Democrats just vote for a guy. You guys are all in. Donald Trump is your entire identity. Fools like Kalama. Okay. Whatever. Fools like Kalama. Yeah. Camel toe. Yeah, that's the shit they say. Yeah, that's Swift. Yeah. And they think they're like the wittiest motherfuckers in the world. Trump supporters are not brainwashed. You're talking about people that cried about a trans person being on a beer can that wasn't sold to the public. They're just stupid. They're stupid, but they're brainwashed too, because like I said, I could ask them any question. If I ask them any question followed by, would you stop supporting Trump if this was true? They won't. The bottom line is he's got their support. They are loyal to him. There's nothing that will change that. Even if he's a full-blown pedo, they don't care. You're chopping your own dicks off. It's YOU''RE. And how are we doing that? Thanks for saying that, because they're all against us, both sides. Oh, I agree with you on that. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I'm not, it's not one-sided, but I'm not here to defend any politicians unless you're trying to compare them to Donald Trump. Then I have to, because there's nobody that's as bad as Donald Trump. Nobody. I mean, the most evil in the Republican Party, even pale in comparison to him. So I just don't like when people try to say, well, they're all the same. No, they might all be corrupt. They're not all the same. Oh, good. A ball joke. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. I bet you I could fuck your wife in a heartbeat with no problem if you even have one. Incel. Trump getting us in a war over oil, gaslighting. Yep. Are you losers? Like and sub up. This content is street smart, unique to YouTube. Thank you, Unknown Trader. Yeah, guys, hit the like button and subscribe, please. I'd appreciate it very much. They don't have their loyalty. They have their racism and hate, because at that point, that's all those pathetic, sad people actually have at this point. Well, yeah. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Last night when I asked, would you stop supporting him if the Epstein files come out and he's proven to be a pedo? Only one person said yes. When I asked, would you stop supporting him if he gets easy or soft on immigration and stops deporting as many Mexicans? A bunch of them said yes. So that good point, Jose. Life on Mars. Good point. They need a brain to be brainwashed. They need someone to idolize. Look how they deify Charlie Kirk. Oh my God, I know. The guy wasn't even that smart. I know. He's a god to them. No, most people don't like any politician. What are you doing on here? A YouTube live stream? Is that not obvious? Democrats vote for criminals. Minnesota teach you anything? And that's just a recent issue. Are you for real when you say that, Gen X Okie, considering that Donald Trump is the only felony in history to be the only president in history to be a convicted felon? Are you serious? Democrats vote for criminals? Was it Democrats walking around with a picture of Kamala Harris on their shirt and it said, I voted for a felon? No. It was you guys with the Trump shirts. You guys are not just brainwashed, brain dead. Democrats vote for criminals. The fuck? Oh, yeah, they are. MAGA is. MAGA, no doubt. Not a MAGA supporter myself, but come on to be honest. Or come on, be honest. What am I not being honest about, Gen X? You're telling me it wasn't the Republicans that voted for a 34-time felon. It was the Democrats. Tell me what criminals you mean. What criminals did Democrats vote for? I'm curious. Black, like you're talking about people that don't live like the Amish and actually loves innovation and change like a liberal, making them liberals without dictionaries. That's how stupid they are. All right. Democrats vote for criminals while Dozy Don pardons them. Oh, because he he pardoned one Democrat? That scumbag? Yeah, no. Sorry, it's not going to work, buddy. It's not going to work. And not to mention how many I think you're on my side, but maybe I don't understand the comment. But I forgot I was just going to say. Oh, no. A bunch of people in the Republican Party getting busted all the time for pedophilia. I mean, all the time. No, Paul, you shouldn't. Be honest, someone says like Donald Trump is ever. Oh, like he's ever honest. Yeah, I know. You're still talking about people that hate liberals because of socialism, but backs the blue, which is a socialist program. Pretty sure they're stupid and not brainwashed. I think they're both. I feel you. They are stupid. There's no question. It's a fact that they're stupid, but they're brainwashed too because they don't know. They're not even able to see Donald Trump's actions unless it's something they like. Like I could play them a bunch of shit and you'll watch them. They will not even comment on it like it really happened. It'll be like, well, what about Joe Biden? They're not even seeing it. They're definitely brainwashed, no question. But stupid too, because only stupid people can become brainwashed. And when they say they back the blue, by the way, come on, they support 1,600 criminals who beat 140 police officers. You know what I mean? They don't care about the fucking. And the funny part is all the talk about defunding the police, you know, the Democrats wanted to fund the police. And who wound up defunding the police? Trump. He cut funding to police departments. Yep. What's it all about is sanity versus Democrats. Republicans know the difference between men and women. And among other things, you need a therapist. No. I vote Democrat. I know the difference between a man and a woman. Everybody does what matters. You live in this world where you've been convinced by Fox News that nobody who votes Democrat knows the difference between a man and a woman. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Meanwhile, you don't know the difference between a God-fearing patriot and a con man scumbag rapist. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to talk about who's delusional? You see Donald Trump, a guy who was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, and robbed, cheated, and stole his whole life to benefit financially. A guy who was accused of raping women was found civilly liable of raping a woman. A guy who cheated on all his wives. A guy who was sued by Nixon's Justice Department for not running to black people. A guy who stiffed all his union workers, went bankrupt numerous times, left everybody hanging. You see him as something he's not. That's the true Trump derangement syndrome. We see him for who he is. Sure, Jason Bourne. Sure I am. The 34-time felon thing was all made up, just trying to make something stick, because libs say. Okay, so he's not a 34-time felon, you're saying? Tony B, yeah, my bad. I know the Frank Joya thing. That was cool. Sorry, you texted me right when I was about to crash earlier. Yeah, I know. Thanks for letting me know. But his last video, he talked about me too. Republicans whine like little beta boys, like praising the biggest whiny beta boy of them all. Trust me, Republicans don't know what men are either. Good fucking point, Slippery Moon. You are correct. I got you, Jose Life on Mars. My bad, bro. Here we go with the trans again. Is that the only thing they can come up with? All they think about is trans people, gay people, and Mexicans. Oh, well, black people too. And Muslims. Yeah, that's it. They don't even know what the real issues are. They don't know Trump's stance on anything. They couldn't name you 3 Trump policies right now without saying border or immigrants. You know? Talk about brainwash. This bald-headed motherfucker, all he does is complain and complain. Get over at Trump's or president. Stop being a crybaby. Another illiterate, fucktard MAGA person. It's funny, if the Democrats do anything ever so slight, like fart in church, Republicans, MAGAs lose their shit, and it is repeated over and over. Guys, never forget the tan suit. Obama wore a tan fucking suit. They lost their minds. Fox News talked about it for months. It was like Watergate. It was insane. He wore a tan suit. Can a man get pregnant? Fuck no. Of course not. And there's nobody in this country, unless they're absolutely mentally ill, who believes that. I've never, ever heard a Democratic politician say that. A Democratic podcaster, nothing. Not even the most liberal of liberals have I heard say that. Guys, listen to me, Sir Psycho. I'm going to talk to you like we're friends, okay? Which we're not, but they feed you this stuff because they're fucking you over left and right. They need to distract you. Plus, their party has become the party of lunacy. They follow one man who's a fucking con man scumbag, okay? And they all bow down to him at every turn. They all belong to him. All the Republican politicians are there to do what Trump tells them to do. They want to distract you from that, and they want to make the left sound like the party of insanity. So they tell you guys this stuff that is not true. I always use this example. The Sydney Sweeney thing. They told you guys liberals are losing their shit over the Sydney Sweeney commercials. Meanwhile, there was a few dopes on TikTok, super libs, that were upset about it. Everybody else didn't give a shit. I was happy. I want hot chicks in commercials, for real. And every liberal podcast host and shit I listened to, they were all like, nah, it's cool. It was a good commercial. You know what I mean? But they would all laugh about you guys being brainwashed into believing that we were mad about it. I mean, you guys are nuts. You believe anything they tell you, anything. But anything anybody else tells you, nope. Got to be bullshit, right? Everybody, Ketanji Jackson can't define a woman. Oh, so one person? Okay. Trump never raped anyone. So you know better than the 12 jurors that found him civilly liable for sexual assault, even though they had all the evidence and information right in front of them and they heard the witness statements and all that. So you know better than them. Okay. Because according to them, he did. Trump is fucking up the economy. Of course, we're pissed off. Are you MAGA? Because that would make me happy. I hope so. Civil liability for rape. Yes. You don't know about this? You don't know about this, one Perry. You don't know he was found civilly liable for sexual assault, which the judge said that's the way they use it in a civil case. That's what they call it, but it's really rape. It's the equivalent of being convicted of rape in a criminal court. At least he's not sniffing kids on national TV. That's another thing you guys have been brainwashed into believing. Joe Biden never did that. If you look it up, Google, use Grok, ChatGPT, ask, did Joe Biden ever sniff kids? And what you're going to find out is that started from one video that was digitally altered, and they added the sniffing sound in it. So you guys, even that you're fooled by. You guys get so hung up on this gender shit. You're talking about them, I hope, not us. Not me. I don't even talk about it unless it's brought up. I don't know how many cases there are. It's not an issue I'm even worried about. Trump devotion sickness, yes. What's up, Roy? Let me see. Best president since Reagan. Well, 154 scholars said he's the worst. Presidential scholars. No. I'm not wrong. And if I was, you pussies would call me and debate me, but you won't even do it because you know I'm right. All you got to do is tell me what I'm wrong about and watch me prove to you that I'm right. Go ahead. Tell me what I'm wrong about. Oh, I will. Hit the like and subscribe, everybody, please. And if you can, I usually don't ask for this too much on these shows because I make money on my other shows. But if you can contribute, I'll throw my Cash App in the chat if you want. Nobody ever really uses that, but the super chat button is at the bottom. It would help a lot, because obviously everybody who does stuff like this has to make money on it. Maybe we would rather have a 34-time felon than a babbling, drunk, fake black woman. That's what I mean, Joe Mama. You're a fucking moron. There's no proof that Kamala ever had a drinking problem. Nobody even started saying it until you motherfuckers did. You know what I mean? Nobody said it before, I should say, in the past. She was never accused of being a drunk until she was running against Trump. And she's not babbling. She's 1,000 times more well-spoken than him. For the love of Christ, her whole life was speaking. Prosecutor, speaking. in front of a jury. District attorney, same. Attorney general, same. U.S. senator speaking in front of the Senate and speaking on television and everything else. And vice president, of course. Well, you guys, that's another thing you're brainwashed into believing. You never watched 10 seconds of Kamala speak, but you've been told she can't form a sentence, so that's what you say. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is half retarded. I mean, if not fully, he everything he says is just rambling, incoherent nonsense. And she's not a fake black woman. She's half black, so. I'm gay, dating a trans woman, and still support Trump. Okay, so you're just stupid then. Because, you know, he hates you, right? And so does the whole Republican Party, especially the MAGA faction, right? Gotcha. Thanks for letting us know. Why are you overstating Trump's liability with E. Jean Carroll? I'm not. I'm saying sexual abuse was the exact term. The judge said it is equal to being found guilty of rape in a criminal court. So I'm not overstating it at all. The border, the Islamic takeover, the corruption of billions of dollars. I could think of 100 things. As what, Dubs? Crimes? Well, why don't you name the specific crime? I don't understand. Corruption of billions of dollars. You talking about Minnesota, $1 billion? I mean, you know that Donald Trump has made $3.8 billion since he took office, right? Like 40% of his net worth was accumulated since then. Not to mention when he would implement the tariffs and then take them off the next day. That was just an insider trading scheme. So people like his young son, Barron, and Marjorie Taylor Greene could make a fuck ton of money. You know that, right? Like Donald Trump is actually a criminal. Tell me a Biden policy. The American Rescue Plan, the Inflation Reduction Act, the PACT Act, the CHIPS and Science Act, the Bipartisan Infrastructure Bill. There you go. A bunch of legislation filled with policies. So that didn't work out for you, did it? Now tell me some Trump policies, dopey. Obama was the worst president we ever had. Yeah, right. Yeah, sure. Let me get to the bottom here. Guys, hit the like and subscribe. It's very, very important. Get rid of him, Tia? You have every right to. You got a wrench. I trust your judgment. What's worse under Trump compared to Biden? Grocery prices are higher. Utilities are higher. Unemployment is higher. Did I say inflation? So let me see. Inflation, grocery prices, utilities. Unemployment is higher. I think I said that, but the jobs numbers are horrendous. He lost 32,000 jobs in November. Biden was creating, after all the revisions, even the recent ones, Biden created on average 180,000 jobs a month. Trump has lost the jobs 4 out of the last 6 months. He's lost jobs. Unemployment is up. Like I said it 3 times already, but I'm just trying to get it through to you. And you might not want to believe grocery prices and all that are higher, but they are. You could look it up right now. You go to the Department of Agriculture, you'll see. Prices are higher now. So we're not doing as well as you think. Because that's all they could bring up is Kamala, Biden, Obama. They can't defend Trump. They know it. So lost money his first term, the only one besides Carter. Paul, if you believe that, you're a fucking moron. Jared Kushner alone got $2 billion from Saudi Arabia. I'm sure Trump didn't get a cut of that at all yet. No. Not to mention all the shit he was selling, the stuff, how he doubled the fucking membership fee for his golf clubs like Mar-a-Lago and Bedminster soon as he became president. And he literally had it in the brochures that if you spend like $250,000 or more on your wedding, you get a visit from the president. There was a million ways he made fucking money. And believe me, even if he lost $3 billion, he just made $3.8 billion. And he's still selling watches and Bibles while he's the president of the United States. But that doesn't bother you guys. If Obama would have done it, you'd want him killed. But Trump, you're like, no big deal. Commander and thief. I like that. Anybody who makes $30,000 or less a year is about to pay 74% in tax increase. Tell me again, that's Biden's fault. Yep. And if you're one of the richest people in this country, you get a big tax break paid for by the poorest people. Yeah, Trump sucks right now. How did the 4 years turn out before him, jackass? Let me tell you. So when Trump, you guys got to know that when you say stuff like this to me, I know more than you, so you're going to lose. But let me just tell you, and you could fact check this in real time while I'm saying it. When Donald Trump left office, first of all, in April of 2020, we had a 14.4% unemployment rate. Unbelievable. Okay. When he left office, we had 6.6% unemployment rate. Okay. I don't know if you guys remember, but everything was so fucked up because of his gross mishandling of COVID. We couldn't get paper towels, toilet paper, bottled water. The shelves were bare in grocery stores. Okay. Unemployment rate of 6.6%. And he lost over his entire term. He lost 2.5 million jobs. Not only did he not create any, he lost 2.5 million. The only president since Herbert Hoover to do that. Joe Biden was creating 180,000 on average per month. He created a total of 16.6 million jobs, 4 times more than the last 4 Republican presidents combined. He brought Trump's abysmal 6.6% unemployment rate down to a 54-year low of 3.4%. And they had the longest period of unemployment below the 4% mark of any president in history. He brought inflation down after the massive 9.1% inflation, which every country experienced massive inflation because of COVID. If Trump was in office, it would have been the same or worse. He brought that down to 2.4%. Now Trump brought it back up to 3%. It's higher under Trump now. So there you go. Now, I answered your question, but you won't accept the answers, which is why you guys are brainwashed. I could provide you with facts all day, and you don't actually give a fuck. You know what I mean? You just want to believe what you want to believe. Living off of CNN lies must be exhausting. Well, I don't watch CNN, and you're welcome to call me and 410-941-9850 and debate me, or you tell me exactly what I said that's a lie and watch me prove it to you. So you guys don't want to do that because you know I'm right. Infantry sweetheart thinking isn't your strong point. Leave it to the professionals. That's right. People are proud to be American under Trump, ashamed under Biden. Doesn't really matter. He's not a Democrat. That's all that matters. The truth is that I didn't notice any difference between them. Well, that's because you don't pay attention. All you know is that, like you said, Trump is not a Democrat. That's all you care about because you're stupid. If you actually were a critical thinker and put thought into your vote, you wouldn't have voted for him. You know what I mean? But you don't know anything. You don't. People are proud to be American. I am ashamed to be an American under Donald Trump. And so are many, many more people. Many, many more people. We are the laughing stock of the world. It's humiliating. Our president gets up every morning and paints himself orange, then goes on TV time after time throughout the day, lying through his fucking teeth. It's an embarrassment.
Call from Jason Bank.
What's up?
Hello?
What's up?
Is this the
Yeah, it's this. It's the.
good afternoon.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
Question.
What?
You're talking about the Eugene Carroll thing.
Uh-huh.
How he was liable for rape.
Mm-hmm.
You know, New York has a rape charge and a sexual assault charge. They are 2 different charges, correct?
In criminal court.
You're sitting here saying he sexual abuse. That was a setup from the go. The dress she claimed she wore wasn't even out yet.
That's not true.
You talk about Googling everything all the time. Google that.
Okay.
I promise you.
All right. Maybe you're right. Let's see. Maybe you're right. Let me see.
Secondly, Bergdorf Goodman's.
Yeah, go ahead.
Goodman's. Bergdorf, I can't even pronounce it properly. You're telling me nobody saw Trump on a Tuesday or Wednesday, middle of the week, when that store is jam-packed from bell to bell every day in the 90s. Nobody saw her or him. Do you know you need a keyed associate to come unlock the door for a salesperson? Because the sales associates do not have the key. That is all in court documents.
Okay, read it to me. Can you read it to me?
What do you mean? I've already gone through all this.
Okay. So what did the witnesses say in court? What did the witnesses say in court? Guys, hit the like and subscribe. There was witnesses. So, I mean, what do you mean nobody saw them?
There wasn't too many witnesses. Her own. I can pull it up. I can pull it up right now.
Okay, what's your source?
Did you look up her dress?
I'm trying to look it up. It's a weird question. I'm getting nothing. Was E. Jean Carroll's dress, I guess, what, unavailable in 97? Let me see. See, this is what I mean, bro. This is why you got to fucking research. Listen, the claim that E. Jean Carroll's dress was unavailable in 1997 is an assertion made.
No.
Don't talk over me. An assertion made by some of Donald Trump's supporters online, but it was not a fact established in court. Carroll stated that the alleged assault occurred, in the fall of 1995 or spring of 1996. She testified she was wearing a black Donna Karan coat dress and high heels during the alleged incident. She also stated she wore the dress only once after the incident for a photo shoot for a 2019 New York Magazine article, which she detailed her accusation. Go ahead. What do you do?
I'm Googling it.
Okay.
I want to read it. It was already out.
Go ahead.
It was already out.
Go ahead, Google it.
That information. Do you know who financed all that?
Who financed it?
I believe it was Reid Hoffman.
You believe so? Financed what?
Jean Carroll to go after Trump.
Reid Hoffman paid Jean Carroll to go after Trump?
Yeah, look it up.
Okay. Hold on.
I believe it was Reid Hoffman.
Oh, wait, hold on. Guys, hit the like and subscribe. Don't leave. I'm just doing a phone call real quick. But stick around. Hold on. Okay, so Reid Hoffman, the co-founder of LinkedIn and a major Democratic donor, helped fund E. Jean Carroll's lawsuits against Donald Trump, but did not pay her to go after Trump in the sense of initiating the case for a political agenda. The funding was provided as a philanthropic. Okay, the funding was provided as philanthropic support. You said she paid her to go after Trump.
I meant paid for this. I did say finance the thing. I did say finance. You're correct. I'm correcting it. I did say he did finance it also.
Well, you said she paid her to go after her. The funding was provided as philanthropic support to help cover legal costs through a nonprofit organization. So the case was already going, the accusation was already made, and she just helped out. Bobby Barbarian, thanks for being a member for 38 months. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I was looking for the case because a lot of lawyers said that the dress, everything with the dress was questionable. Now,
of course, Trump's lawyers. Yeah, that's Trump's lawyers, bro. Lawyers lie.
I listened to all of it. Now, explain to me how associate. No.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Hold on. Guys, give me a second. I think this is an emergency. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Dude on the phone. My bad. That was a friend who has cancer. I thought he was calling me with an emergency, but go ahead.
No, brother, you good?
Yeah.
No, you good with me.
All right, go ahead. Sphinx, are you imagining things? Go ahead. Sorry. I'm talking to the chat.
Figure out how to mute the YouTube while I talk to you because I hear an echo and it's fucking messing me up. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Now there was supposed to be DNA testing, right?
Yeah.
On the dress?
Yeah, I'm assuming, yeah.
Yeah. A lab found unknown male DNA on the dress leading to her lawyers. Trump wasn't to Trump.
It what?
It wasn't the DNA wasn't Trump.
How do you know? Didn't it say an unknown male?
Do you not have the president's DNA? They
Yep.
can pull blood spatter, a tiny speck of blood spatter to clear crimes 30 to 40 years later, but unknown.
Let's see. E. Jean Carroll's lawyers had
circumstantial evidence.
E. Jean Carroll's lawyers had the dress tested and found unidentified male DNA on it, but Donald Trump refused to provide his DNA sample. So that's why it's unknown. Donald Trump refused. He refused, bro. Look at it. Check it out. Go look it up. See if they tested his DNA. Look, listen, let me finish reading. Donald Trump refused to provide his DNA sample for comparison, and a judge ultimately blocked DNA evidence from being presented at the trial due to potential for inconclusive results and the lack of a match, even if found proving the alleged rape.
I'm trying to read the court case.
Guys, hit the like button and subscribe, please.
I was trying to find the docket, the actual docket.
Okay.
Because every time I'm going to somebody else's opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the actual docket.
Yeah, you want the facts.
That's why I hate Google.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've read it before because a buddy of mine, he goes, okay, I understand where you're coming from because there's a lot of circumstantial evidence, not hard facts.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me read this real quick, just so you know I'm not talking to you at this point. Phoenix Rises says, the judge also told the jury how to rule in his jury instructions. So what you mean to say is the judge gave the judge get no. This is hold on. The judge. What you're saying is the judge told the jury instructions, and you just blew it up and said that. Like what you're saying is like the judge actually told the jury to find him civilly liable for rape, right?
Yes, that did happen. Just like hold on. Did you know on his business deals? Did you know that on his 34-count supposed felony? You know the judge. That was the first time that law ever been used without an underlying crime. Did you know that?
No, I'll check it out, but I guarantee it's bullshit.
That's the first. No, it's not bullshit. The jury did not have to agree to an underlying crime.
Oh yeah, they didn't have to be unanimous.
That's the first time in history.
I don't know if that's true. I'd have to check it out, but
no, that's 100% true. That's 100% true.
So let me ask you something. Why hasn't Trump had it turned over?
It's an appeals court. Both of them are in appeals court.
Yeah, it's been a while, right? You don't think Trump would?
Why? Do you know why?
Why? Go ahead.
I have a gut feeling. If they overturn it now during Trump's presidency, look what they did to that one Supreme Court judge. Didn't the guy go to his house to try to kill him with a gun? Got caught with a gun?
Whose house?
That Supreme Court judge.
You talking about the chick?
No, there was a guy who went to a Supreme Court judge's house to kill him.
Okay.
A U.S. Supreme Court judge's house to kill him.
Why do you do that?
Before. Why did he do that?
Yeah.
Because they didn't want him to be on the Supreme Court.
Okay, but what kind of person was this? Was this a Republican judge? I don't know who you're talking about. But let me just read this.
No, it was a Democrat.
Let me just read this. No, Judge Lewis Kaplan in E. Jean Carroll's cases did not tell the jury how to rule.
I'm
And
not saying him. I didn't say him.
no, that's what the people in the chat said. So instead, he provided instructions on the law, clarified facts in dispute, whether defamation occurred, and guided them to decide if Trump was liable and for how much, blah, blah, blah. So go ahead.
Yeah.
You guys said the judge told the jury how to rule, like what decision to make.
I'm Googling it right now. The Supreme Court judge.
All right. Now we're talking about a Supreme Court judge.
The Supreme Court justice. Supreme Court justice in Maryland. Nicholas John Rowe, 29 of Semi Valley, California, pled guilty today, attempted to kill U.S. Supreme Court judge.
Okay. What does he have to do with the E. Jean Carroll case?
That's why they're waiting for Trump to get out of office before they. I genuinely believe they're waiting for Trump to get out of office before they rule on those two cases.
Which cases?
Eugene Carroll is in appeal.
What?
And the 34 count.
Say that again?
Eugene Carroll, I believe, is in appeal.
Okay.
And the 34 count.
Why do you think that?
Now, here's enough. Because these judges, are you seeing what's going on out there? Like, honestly.
Yeah, I am. I'm afraid you don't, but yeah. Yeah.
I do. I've seen a guy get shot in the neck for conversation.
Okay.
I've seen a guy. I'm reading it to you right now. Nicholas John, because he was becoming a Supreme Court judge, going to his house to try to kill him because he was a Republican.
Okay.
The judge was a Republican. I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Sorry, guys. Okay, so in other words, what you're saying is somehow you took this.
Brett Kavanaugh. You didn't hear about that case with Brett Kavanaugh. That's it.
No. I don't think.
A guy
I
goes
don't
to
remember.
his house and tries to murder Brett Kavanaugh.
Okay,
they
so there's.
shot Charlie Kirk for words. Everybody's talking about, the Republicans are so bad. The dude they caught was a guy about conversation.
No, the guy was about hate speech. The guy said the civil rights movement was a mistake.
So you call it hate speech because that's your ideology?
No.
Like
hate speech is hate speech. Hate speech is hate speech.
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Listen, can we get back to the case? Because this is the most
woman,
boring fucking debate I've ever had in my life. Can you tell me more about, was I right about all those things I said about E. Jean Carroll's case?
No, because I can't pull up the court docket. No, I can't. I'm not. I was looking for the court docket.
All right. Well, listen, call back another time, bro. I want to take my show back.
Okay.
All right, peace. God damn, bro. There's no such thing as hate speech. Well, who was it that said there was? I believe it was Pam Bondi. It's just speech. Yeah, but you know what they mean by it. Charlie Kirk was an agitator. He went out there and told people shit to get them riled up. He lied through his fucking teeth all the time. He said the civil rights movement was a mistake. He said Martin Luther King Jr. was a horrible person. And guess what? They said that Charlie knew that somebody might try to kill him someday because of his speech. So he's fully aware. He was aware that he was saying shit that would make people want to kill him. And he got killed. So what do you want? So anyway, again, the caller called in and I proved him wrong on every point about the E. Jean Carroll case. And the delusional Trump supporters are saying, like I'm wrong. They're talking like I'm wrong. Everything he said, I proved wrong right in front of your very eyes. So this is what happens when people try to debate me, because obviously this guy, he got his information from hearing it from other people, I guess, because once he tried to look it up conveniently, he couldn't find the court case. Okay, so there you go, guys. You are so wrong, you idiot. Okay, tell me how. Tell me how. Don't just say I'm wrong. Tell me how. Jose Life on Mars, on a different note, have you noticed MAGA has stopped claiming we are Charlie Kirk after Milo outed him? Oh, have they really? Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. No, I don't. I'm making fun of you people for saying hate speech doesn't exist when your leader and those people you find infallible, like Pam Bondi, said that it does. I'm making fun of you, clown. I don't think you understand. You fucking dope. Trump was right about everything. You married your sister. Pam Bondi is the best. See what I mean? Jason Staples. You're a fuvgin loser. All right. You're illiterate. People suck. You suck. Everyone sucks because Israel are murders. You're YOUR a dipshit. All right, bro. Yes, of course you are right when you are one-sided, simple-minded. No. He said he made claims. I checked them out in real time, and he was wrong about every claim. Even he was saying while I was doing it, okay, I was wrong about that. But you guys, you don't care about facts. You just care about your feelings, whatever makes you feel good. Public speech that may incite violence has been given a name. Terrorismdictionary.com defines public demonstration. There you go. See, Tia knows more than I know. If you support the left or right, you're a fucking moron. Both are on the same. Okay, well, yeah, I could agree with you on that. But I do believe that when there's only two to pick from, a Republican and a Democrat, you got to pick one. If you do nothing, then you know what I mean? You might as well be voting for the worst one. That's the way I see it. So they are on the same side to some extent, though, no doubt. Nope, I'm still Charlie Kirk. Okay. All right. No one cares about Milo. See, guys, it's Charlie Kirk. He's a god to them. Charlie Kirk, a doofus who got annihilated by every liberal he ever debated. Charlie was a man to look up to. Oh, God, you guys are the worst fucking followers. I swear to God, look up to. Why? He was just a guy, bro. He was just a guy. You guys are so fucking ridiculous, and you're so pathetic. I mean, it's bad enough that you follow a man the way you do with Trump and you obsess over him and you fight for him and everything else when he wouldn't even shake your fucking hand in public unless there was a camera there. Never. He despises you people. He knows you're all stupid. He talks about it all the fucking time. But now Charlie Kirk, oh my God, Charlie Kirk. What was special about this guy? Tell me. I want to know. Why do Trump's unemployed foreign groupies have dozens of fake email accounts? Because what else do they have to do? He's not a god. He's just a guy who got killed for nothing. But that doesn't bother you, right? I mean, do you feel the same way about Melissa Hortman and her husband? The Democrats? So a MAGA guy went to their house and killed them both? How do you feel about Paul Pelosi getting beaten with a hammer in his own home? You don't care about that. It's just your guy. That's all. It's your guy. You don't give a fuck about violence. No, Anthony Fuckface. That's Rocky. That's a character. Okay, you're confusing Rocky and Sylvester Stallone just because Sylvester Stallone played him. And I'm not like you guys. You know, you guys are sick. Robert De Niro speaks out against fucking Trump and all you Italian punk motherfuckers. And I'm Italian too. Okay, but all you idiots who actually got conned by this douchebag, you all start tearing the guy up and then you don't follow him anymore. You don't like him anymore. You don't watch his movies anymore. I'm not a dipshit like that. I think Sylvester Stallone is stupid. Okay. But that doesn't mean I hate him as an actor. He's just stupid. There's a lot of stupid people. All of you in here are stupid that are MAGA, you know? So yes, people do care. Murdering people is wrong. Bob Dole, you don't give a shit. And guess who was making fun of Paul Pelosi after he got beaten with a hammer? Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk thought it was funny. He said we should bail the guy out. You say shit like that, you might end up dead. You never know. Charlie Kirk also said he wanted to see public executions live on TV, and children should have to watch. You got to be careful what you wish for. I would do it in person, Anthony. Believe me. Now we are stupid for making America great again. You haven't made America great again. You just voted for a racist rapist. That's all you did. You didn't make it. See, exactly right there. And I'll make fun of Charlie Kirk. How about that? You didn't make America great again. You voted for a guy who's ruined everything. Joe Biden's shit this time last year was better than where Trump's is at now, whether you want to admit it or not. Sean McDonald, but yet you stopped by to comment in the chat, huh? Yeah, see, that's what I mean about you guys. You're all gay. You all have gay shit on your mind. You see a guy in his own house in his underwear, and he must have been having gay sex right there where his wife was. Yeah, you guys have dicks on the mind so fucking much. You're the gayest people in the world, MAGA, and you're the most closeted too. It's fucking disgraceful. You should just come out of the closet. There's nothing wrong with being gay. The fuck, man. You voted for a stupid slogan and a red hat. Damn. Well, that's what they voted for. Gas is up, beef is up, bread is up. Oh yeah. Utilities are way up. You're a freak and a degenerate. Your mother's a freak and a degenerate. Pelosi was having a gay spat with his lover. No, he wasn't. That's just you guys saying it. There's zero proof of that. He was at home with Nancy Pelosi sleeping when a MAGA douchebag showed up and beat him with a fucking hammer. You guys can't take responsibility for anything. It's another reason none of you are actually men. You're all a bunch of babies. You can't take responsibility for anything. Whatever you say, Homer, Ken. My God, people are sick in the head. I know. Actually, gas and grocery prices are lower than with Biden. Gas is down about 10 cents a gallon nationwide, and grocery prices are up. Let's ask Elon Musk's Grok. Are grocery prices up under Donald Trump? No.
Yeah, grocery prices have gone up since Trump took office in January 2025. Official data shows food at home costs rose about 1 to 2% overall through fall, with monthly increases almost every month except a tiny dip in April. Some items like eggs dropped after spikes, but stuff like beef, chicken, and bananas climbed more, partly blamed on tariffs and other factors. Trump promised quick fixes, but prices kept edging higher instead of dropping.
What other prices are up?
Pretty much everything people notice day to day is up since January. Gas is averaging around $3.60 to $3.80 a gallon nationally. That's up about 50 to 70 cents depending on the state.
Oh.
Rent.
Go on.
10% more expensive.
Wait. Hold on. Start from where you said rent.
Rent and home prices keep climbing. Average rent's up another 4 to 6% this year. Electricity bills jumped, especially in places hit by those new tariffs on Canadian power and natural gas. Used cars are up again. New cars too, because of the 25% tariffs on imports from Mexico and Canada that kicked in. Stuff at Target and Walmart. Clothes, appliances, toys. A lot of it's 5 to 10% more expensive because of the tariffs on China, Mexico, and Canada that fully hit this fall. Even fast food's brutal. A Big Mac meal that was like $12 in a lot of spots last year is pushing 15 to 17 now.
What about utilities? Are they up?
Yeah, utilities are definitely up this year. National average electricity prices are running about 8 to 12% higher than January 2025. In the Midwest and Northeast, a lot of folks are seeing 20 to 30% spikes on their monthly bills because of the new 25% tariff on Canadian electricity and natural gas that started phasing in this summer. Natural gas for heating is averaging around 15 to 20% more per therm compared to last winter. Water and sewer rates are also creeping up, 4 to 7% in most cities, as they pass along higher energy costs for pumping and treatment. So yeah, when the bill shows up, people are feeling it.
Thank you, Grok.
Anytime.
Yeah, that's Elon Musk's Grok. So let me guess, that was all bullshit too? Look, they're saying lies in the chat. They don't believe Grok. I know. That's why I said they're fucking brainwashed. They're brainwashed. Oh, no, I'll ask it about Grindr, but watch what I'll ask it. Does Grindr crash in a lot of places where Republicans are having big events?
Yeah, it's become a running joke online. Grindr gets massive usage spikes and outage reports during big Republican gatherings, like the 2024 RNC in Milwaukee, and even that Charlie Kirk memorial thing in 2025. The app's CEO confirmed huge traffic jumps at the RNC, though they deny actual crashes sometimes. Basically, a ton of anonymous profiles pop up, and boom, the app struggles. Happens way more at those events than you'd expect.
Grok, would that lead us to believe that there are a lot of gay men in the Republican Party?
Well, not necessarily. It's more complicated than that. Could just mean curious straight guys, closeted ones sneaking peeks, or even folks traveling with the event who aren't actually Republicans. Spikes don't equal lots of gay men, but it does hint at interest.
It does hint at interest.
Yeah. Not everyone on Grindr is there to hook up. Sometimes it's curiosity, boredom, or just seeing who else is around.
Yeah.
Honestly, politics and sexuality don't map neatly. Guy.
Both smokers are us. That is the name. I don't give a fuck what she said at the end right there. Yeah. Grindr is a gay dating app. It's where people look for other men to hook up with. And it spikes at Republican events. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? And it's not surprising. Look up Republican gay sex scandal. There's been a zillion of them. And fucking pedos too. Donald Trump's spiritual advisor, Robert Morris, just got busted for sexually assaulting a minor, raping a child, and kiddie porn. Check it out. Yeah. Guys, I'm telling you, I know you don't believe it, but you guys are very, very stupid, and we are very not stupid. We are very intelligent compared to all of you. It's true. I swear to God. I mean, look up the fucking numbers. Look at the 2024 electoral map by education. I mean, the red states are the least educated states in the countries. You guys aren't, you're not smart people. You're not smart people. No. My record's been looked up. I went to jail twice for selling drugs, not for anything gay, believe me. But Bob Dole, I guarantee you're probably having a dude over tonight, aren't you? Say something good about Biden without saying anything about Trump. What do you mean about his policies, his presidency? Here we go. American Rescue Plan gave us those wonderful stimulus checks. Remember that? Inflation Reduction Act didn't do a whole lot for inflation, but it did create 700,000 manufacturing jobs. The PACT Act increased funding to the VA, which, by the way, Trump has now decreased. And it gave help to veterans that suffered from burn pits in Afghanistan and stuff like that. The bipartisan infrastructure bill was great. Obviously, infrastructure for our country. He brought down Trump's 6.6 percent unemployment rate to 3.4%, which is a 54-year low. And sorry, I mentioned Trump. My bad. To a 54-year low, and it stayed under 4% for the longest time in history. When he left, things were better than they are right now. Plus, as far as him as a man, he's astoundingly better as a person than Donald Trump is. Never been accused of raping a child. Never been found civilly liable for sexual assault. Never convicted of a felony. As a matter of fact, all that bullshit you believe about him being a criminal, a Republican House Oversight Committee investigated the living shit out of it. And guess what they came up with? Nothing. No evidence of wrongdoing. That's what the Republican House Oversight Committee came up with. That's why he couldn't be impeached. They didn't even bother voting on it, because they had no evidence. Okay. The guy lost a child and a wife when he was, when they were all very young, and he would take the fucking train from Delaware to DC every day just to go to fucking work. He's a completely and totally different man than Donald Trump, the scumbag. I can say a ton of shit about him without mentioning Trump. No problem. Now tell me some good shit about Trump without talking about Biden. Go ahead. He showered with his daughter. Well, according to her, he did nothing wrong. She said it under oath in a court of law during civil proceedings. And she said that, he never did anything wrong to her, and that her words in the diary were grossly misinterpreted, taken out of text to use to lob false accusations. Those were her exact words. Taken out of context to lob false accusations. So. I mean, you guys can just say he did shit, but all she said in the diary was when she was a child, showers that were probably not appropriate. And her own words under oath, she said those words were taken out of context and grossly misinterpreted. She also introduced her father at the DNC not long ago. She loves him to death. You're a self-admitted criminal. Well, do you want me to be a lying criminal? I mean, I'm somebody who takes responsibility for my actions. So yes, throughout my life, I committed crimes. And then I turned my life around completely. I'm 6.5 years clean and sober. Haven't broken the law in years. I don't hang out in the streets. Don't hang out with bad guys. Don't bother anybody. I don't even go out at night. Look, deport this Latino. See what they're all about. Meanwhile, I'm not Latino. You know? Sorry, I got to look something up for a friend real quick. All right, perfect. All right, guys, hit the like and subscribe, please. You're the one of the best debaters on YT Live right now. Keep it up. Trump blew a horse, by the way. Thank you, 420 Little Kush. I appreciate that very much. And yeah, he probably did. Crooked Nasty Don is a lunatic. He is. Why you and you ignored his economy? No, I didn't. Did you not hear me when I said when Trump left office, the unemployment rate was 6.6%. Joe Biden brought it down to 3.4%, which is a 54-year low, and kept it under 4% longer than any time in history. He also was creating 180,000 jobs a year on average, and that's after all the revisions. So he created 16.6 million jobs, 4 times more than the last 4 Republican presidents combined. The GDP was up. The stock market was hitting record highs. I mean, what else do you want to know about his economy? He brought inflation down from 9.1%, which, whether you want to believe it or not, was created by COVID because the whole world experienced massive inflation. He brought it down to 2.4%, and now it's 3%. So there you go. What do you mean I ignored his economy? I just told you his fucking economy. What do you do for a living? I'm a YouTuber. That's what I do for a living. It's an awesome job, and I make a lot of money doing it. Biden's crackhead son, Hunter, slept with his dead brother's widow, knocked up a stripper, and his laptop somehow disappeared. Bullshit. And then you want to talk about somebody's son being a crackhead, you should probably talk about Don Jr., because I was a cocaine addict. Powder, of course. But believe me, that motherfucker is coked up all the time. And it's so funny, you guys, like you, Knuckles, Moto, whatever the fuck your name is, Moto Vlogs, you know that I guarantee you have a drug addict in your family. I guarantee it. And it's probably a very sad situation. We all do. All of us have either been an addict, or we know one, we're friends with one, or we had one in our families. But it's so easy for you to just belittle that man because he had a drug addiction, which probably the majority of Americans have had throughout their lifetime. They've had some sort of addiction. You know, it's so funny that that's what you judge him by. But you don't judge Donald Trump for being a rapist. You don't judge him for being found civilly liable. You don't judge him for being a felon. You don't judge him for being accused of raping a 13-year-old girl. You don't judge him by the 27 sexual assault accusations since the 1970s. You don't judge him for cheating on every one of his wives. But yeah, let's keep talking about Hunter, the guy who was never president, and let's stop talking about the current president. That makes sense. DHS deported a Purple Heart veteran while Kristi Noem said they hadn't. Yep. Yes, I am Italian. Deport this Italian felon. Where are you going to deport me to? I was born in America. Make asylums great again? If you believe this fucking guy, you're an idiot. Biden was a piece of shit. There's reasons why he ran for president 3 other times and got 0 votes. And then there was that one time where he got 81 million. You see how that works? It only takes once, you know? Stupid ass. That was a bad hill to die on, dummy. And by the way, everything you guys say is bullshit. I prove to be true. You're desperate. You are desperate. You want so badly for Biden to have been this horrible president and Trump to be this great president. And every fucking thing, it's statistics, records, every fucking thing from the last 4 years before Trump took office and right now, since he's taken office, they just don't work out in your favor. Ain't that some shit? The trolls are getting pissed. Oh, I know. It drives them crazy when they're proven wrong, which, come on, if you don't want to be proven wrong, why don't you actually try doing some fucking research? Try doing some research. No, you're not. No, I'm not what, Anthony? I don't know what that means. There's a million comments. I know I'm not what. Guys, hit the like and subscribe. It's very important. So what you're saying is you're actually lazy and don't contribute to anything real at all. You have low testosterone and a little man complex. You cry on YouTube like a little girl who didn't get a pony. Okay, who says I'm little? Number one. Number two, I pay taxes. I do the same thing the rest of you do if you actually work. This is a business for me. YouTube is a business for people. So I make a living, and at the end of the year, I have to pay in, just like a lot of people do. Okay. So, and I don't, it ain't no refund. I pay in. Okay. At the end of the year. So what are you talking about? What do you mean? What else am I supposed to contribute to society? I have a beautiful daughter who's going to be 25 next month, who's a professional. Okay. I got a wife who's a nurse, who's a gorgeous wife who's a nurse. Okay. I have two stepsons that are doing great in life. So I'm a father, a stepfather, a husband, and a taxpayer. What else am I supposed to be exactly? What else am I supposed to be? I don't get it. What are you? No, he did not get 81 million first. That's fucking stupid. Blue, what? WH was rigged. Every blue state, the election was rigged, especially Pennsylvania. See, again, that's you guys just repeating propaganda horseshit. And I'll even ask Elon Musk's Grok. That's why I use Grok, because you guys will say Google. No, this is Elon's. Okay, this is Elon's. Was the 2020 election in any way, shape, or form stolen?
No, there's no credible evidence that the 2020 election was stolen in any way. Over 60 court cases got thrown out or lost because claims lacked proof. Even judges Trump appointed said so. Audits in places like Arizona and Georgia recounted votes and actually confirmed Biden's win, sometimes giving him a few more votes. Trump's own attorney general, William Barr, said there was no widespread fraud that could have changed the outcome, and his cybersecurity agency called it the most secure election ever. There were a handful of isolated fraud cases, like always happens, but nothing on a scale to flip any state, way fewer than the margins. The whole stolen thing just didn't hold up anywhere it was seriously checked.
Thank you, Grok.
Anytime.
No, we shouldn't believe Grok, though. We should believe Samuel Sam. Yeah. You have to be investigated. Okay, for what? No problem. I've been investigated a lot, believe me. You're a fake. Okay. YOU apostrophe RE next time, please. You from Philly. No, but I'm not far from it. You sound like a woman. I sound like a woman. Do you know how to spell woman versus women by any chance? Is the commenter confessing? Who knows? Probably. Is this nonsense something you have to deal with every day? Yes. It's what I've chosen. I know I'm insane. Believe me, I know I have to deal with fucking morons all day. How much for an 8-ball? If this was back in the day when I was hustling, $175. FYI, from an outside perspective, we never lost respect for Biden, but Trump is a whole other story. Oh, yeah, no doubt. I mean, you guys believe that he's taken seriously. These guys laugh at him. You know what I mean? When I say these guys, I should have said it differently. The whole world. He's laughed at G7 conferences, everything. I mean, he's a joke. Trump could never be 1% of Biden. I wish Biden, a good man, was president. Trump is so corrupt and anyone else would be in prison. Yep. Can I cook? Yeah, I used to be able to cook. I'd have to sometimes. I sold crack too, so I'd have to cook up Coke. Yeah. I'm right, you're wrong. AI tells me this. Well, no, you could check anywhere. That was Grok. You want to check with Google? I know you don't believe Google. Let's try with Google. Wait, let me get their AI thing. Was the 2020 election in any way, shape, or form stolen? They're not going to read it to me? Okay. It says, no, the 2020 U.S. presidential election was not stolen. The result was certified by all 50 states. The rulings with no evidence of widespread fraud presented that could have changed the outcome. No, evidence of widespread fraud presented that could have changed the outcome. Official certification, all states certified their results, and Congress officially certified the outcome on January 7, 2021, confirming Joe Biden's win with 306 electoral votes and over 7 million more popular votes than Donald Trump. That's another thing. Biden beat Trump by 7 million votes. Trump only beat Kamala by 2 million. You guys can get mad at me if you want. I don't know what you want to, what your problem is, but you guys come in here, you start calling me all kinds of fucking names, you talk mad shit, and then when I say stuff back to you, I'm the bad guy. If you guys would just do some research, you would not come in here and embarrass yourselves with these ridiculous claims. Asking a programmed robot. Well, what do you think she's programmed with? Fake news? It's Elon Musk's Grok, right, dummy? I just showed you Google. Check it any way you want, Vinny. I'll tell you what. You go get the credible source that the 2020 election was stolen and come back to me. And I'll use your source. Yeah. That's your source. No. That's not my source. I know. I studied the whole fucking thing. Believe me. The whole election thing, I know all about it. I know about the lawsuits. I know about the states. I know about Trump trying to get 11,000 votes created in Georgia so he could win that state. I know about all this shit, but I'm just showing you. And I use Grok on purpose because Grok is Elon Musk's AI, and you guys worship him. So you could use any source you want, though. Go get me the credible source that it was stolen. Go ahead. I'll wait. I'm fair. Trump is an embarrassment for our nation. You're an embarrassment, Alex. No, Samuel. Sam, you are. Every time you come in this chat, I slaughter you with facts. And you have no shame. You just keep coming back. Democrats want socialism and communism. They want to take our freedom and our Constitution. Yeah, no, they don't. The Constitution, you want to talk about that? Who's against the Constitution? Yeah. Do you know that Donald Trump used a mail-in ballot in 2022 to vote in the midterms? Do you know that? The mail-in ballots thing is just a boogeyman that Trump tried to, scare you with. He can't accept that he lost. He's a big fucking man baby. So he convinced you assholes that he won. Anyway, well, a lot of people went to jail because of that investigation. And I watched Donald Trump with my own eyes stand on national television and say, Russia, if you're listening, get me the 30,000 emails. You will be greatly rewarded. That's Russia collusion right there. There you go. No, I'm good. Little guy, yeah, Nate. Why don't we meet up face to face sometime? I bet I'll knock your fucking teeth down your throat. How much you want to bet? He got impeached because of Georgia trying to manufacture votes. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about Trump. I like the truth. No, you don't, because I'm giving you the truth. And you could go check right now, Vinny. I'm telling you, bro. You don't trust Google. You don't trust Grok. All you got to do is go get the credible source that the election was stolen and come back to me. That's it. I'll play it. I'll put it up, whatever it is. Is the Atlantic a reliable source of news? Not for them. That and Zelensky. Yeah, of course. Yeah, he was going to withhold funds from Ukraine if Zelensky didn't give him dirt on Joe Biden. Yep. They made a movie proving it, moron. Oh, my God. You talking about the movie that was widely discredited? The movie that was made by who again? Who was the Republican fucktard who made that movie? Something Mules. It's called. So you believe a movie, but Grok, Google, nope. Any source online, nope. Court cases, nope. Donald Trump's own attorney general, nope. You believe the movie. See, this is what we call, selective. Well, I don't know how you'd word it, but you pick and choose what you believe based on how it does or does not fit your narrative. Trump didn't try to get votes created. He was just telling them to recount the votes and find the 11,000 votes. Wrong. I could play the phone call. They tell him, Mr. President, we've done multiple recounts. There are no more votes. And he said, come on, guys, I need 11,000 votes. Find me 11,000 votes. So, yeah, he was telling them to create 11,000 votes. He also hired fake slates of electors and tried to threaten the vice president into not certifying the vote. He tried to steal the election in every way, and he failed miserably. No, they didn't, Samuel Sam. No, they didn't. You're listening to Mike Lindell too much, dopey. In the 2020 election, were millions of ballots sent out and then returned with the same names and addresses?
No, that didn't happen. Courts, audits, and fact checks across the board, from AP, Reuters, factcheck.org, even state officials, found no evidence of millions or even thousands of duplicate ballots returned with the same names and addresses in 2020. Isolated cases of fraud popped up, like always, but nothing on that scale. The claims got debunked repeatedly.
Thank you, Grok.
Anytime.
So let me tell you why you guys hate my fucking guts, okay? Because I shatter your bullshit reality. The reality where only alternative facts actually matter. Samuel Sam, you come in here every day with stupid claims, and every fucking day I debunk them. It drives you guys crazy. Don't get mad at me. If you guys actually did some research in your lives, you wouldn't be saying all this dumb shit. You wouldn't be saying all this dumb shit. So, oh no, yeah, I should have watched the movie, Vinny, instead. The movie was definitely the one telling the truth, not Grok that collects information from a zillion different sources on the internet. Yeah, I definitely should believe a movie. So only God knows the truth, moron. Okay, so that would mean you don't know, right? So shut the fuck up. Trump 2028. Yeah, okay, another guy who doesn't care about the Constitution. They can't read. I know they can't. All right, guys, have a good night. I'm out. Peace.